It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to this special edition of Science Bowl. We've waited all year for this. We started with 40 elementary schools. We're down to the final 2. It's the championship on the line today. Let's meet today's finalists. First from University Park Elementary School, say hello to Margot Matzik, Gabby Holzer, and Orla Collins. And from Perrywood Elementary, say hello to Anissa Shrestha, Isosa Amafua, and Jalen Betts. And now here are the categories of questions we're using today.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to the difficulty of the question. Easier questions worth 5 and 10 on the left. Tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. We take no points away for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds today, we will have the 2014-15 Science Bowl champion for the elementary schools. Let's go over and make sure everything's working properly. Before we start, we go to the red team. Gabby, would you try that buzzer? It looks and sounds good. Good luck to you, to Orla, and to Margot. Isosa, would you try yours? It too looks like it's in fine shape. Good luck to you, to Anissa, and to Jalen. Congratulations, guys. This is it. You've made it all this way. No matter what happens today, you're all champions in my eyes and in the eyes of all those viewers out there. Let's have a good game. May the better team win. We go alphabetically P before U. So Perrywood, would you start us out, Isosa?
Dayline for 15.
Dayline for 15 points. Teams, there's a new book out about a recently discovered wild ox known as the Soala. And because it has 2 horns, but if you look at it from the side, it looks like just one, the title of the book is The Last What on Earth? Isosa.
Last horn?
No, because as you look at the Soala, this wild ox from the side, its 2 horns appear as one. The title of the book is The Last What on Earth?
Unicorn?
Unicorn, 1 horn. That's it. Go red.
Green things for 10. Green things for 10?
Green things for 10 points. Indeciduous is just another way of saying that University Park.
Coniferous?
Coniferous, that's right. If it's not deciduous, it's coniferous or an evergreen. Yes, indeed. Go.
Zoo Parade for 10?
Zoo Parade for 10 points. Listen carefully. It's a strange ending here. One of the largest carnivorous marsupials in Australia is known as the quoll, Q-U-O-L-L. It looks like a large rat. It only lives for 1.5 years. So it is oftentimes said to be the mammalian equivalent of what fish that swims upstream and breeds after just 1 year. University Park.
Salmon?
Salmon, yeah. Practically everybody studies the cycle of the salmon as it swims upstream and lays its eggs and dies in those streams there. All right, go red.
Body systems for 10?
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, there are fluids in our bodies that remind us that we came from the ocean, like our blood, our sweat, and these. Perrywood.
Our urine?
Not our urine, no. These, what other body fluid other than blood and sweat reminds us that we came from the ocean?
Tears?
Tears, yeah, because they're all salty. Good, red.
Physical for 10?
Good physical for 10 points. Teams, it was so appropriate on St. Patrick's Day when the solar storms produced these kinds of northern lights in green. Isosa.
Aurora Borealis.
You got that right. The auroras were green that day for St. Pat. Just a coincidence. Good job. Go green.
Zoo Parade for 25.
Zoo Parade for 25. The big one in that category. Teams, scientists have found the remains of what they think was the largest animal that ever lived. It is, in fact, related to what modern-day Perrywood.
Whale.
Not a whale. University Park, this largest thing that ever lived. Its evidence shows that it is related to what modern-day animal that is the largest crustacean in North America?
Great blue whale. That's not a crustacean. It's like a crab. Lobster. Lobster?
Lobster it is. Boy, heard those answers bandying back and forth, and you came up with the largest crustacean. Well done. Go red.
Potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, you know, scientists now think it's better to wash your dishes in the sink rather than in the dishwasher because the dishwasher sterilizes everything, which means that you're probably more susceptible to developing these. And then, Isosa?
You're more successful to develop cancer.
Not cancer. You're more susceptible to developing these if you use the dishwasher that sanitizes everything, and then you might have to take more medications like Claritin and others.
Allergies?
Allergies, yes. So if you're exposed to more germs, the chances that you're going to become allergic is reduced. Go red.
Dateline for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Astronomers now think that there could be an ocean on Mars that is about the same size as our smallest ocean. Can you name it, Perrywood?
Pacific.
Not the Pacific. The smallest of our oceans could be the size of a suspected ocean on Mars. Can you name it?
The Indian Ocean?
Actually, it's the Arctic Ocean is the smallest. Go again, red.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, two-part answer. On the Galapagos Islands, where there are very few seeds and very few insects, the birds can only survive by eating these two things that are normally favored by bees and other insects. Two-part answer.
Sugar and plants.
Not sugar and plants. What two things normally fed on by bees and other insects do birds eat on the Galapagos because they can't find seeds or insects themselves?
Sugar and nectar?
No. Nectar is one, pollen is the other. Pollen and nectar that bees feed on. All right. First round over. That score, Perrywood 60, University Park 130. We're still early in this championship game. More Science Bowl straight ahead. We'll be right back.
I wanted to start a business that I was passionate about, something I absolutely enjoyed and believed in.
I was doing the corporate grinds, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green. My name's Steve Allen. I run Rad Cab in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We do pedicabs and mobile outdoor advertising. I love being social, talking to people.
A lot of confusing stuff when you start a business. When I go in and talk to my store mentor, he really helps me sort it all out, and we just get organized. And when I go home, I feel confident about what's going on. It really feels amazing to create jobs here in my city.
It's incredibly awesome. I love to show it off.
If you get a solid foundation for your business laid, everything else falls in place. SCORE has absolutely been the most invaluable resource that I've had from day one.
For free?
I could not imagine doing anything else.
Get your free business mentor at score.org.
Hi, my name's Aaliyah Griffith. Have you ever had trouble with your math homework? Well, I've got just the show for you. Tune in and call into the Count on Us homework hotline. Go one-on-one with math teachers who'll show you how to work out your problem. That's Count on Us, Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. Count on Us, only on Telly Award-winning TV 96. And if you have Verizon, that's TV 38.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. Boy, some great players here today. Before we ask any more questions, we're going to show you what it is that today's winner takes home. We have plaques for the school and individual plaques for all of our players and alternates as a way of signifying that they are the best this year in our elementary Science Bowl competition. And all of our players previously took home Audubon field guides for all of their accomplishments, making it this far in our competition. And a small thanks for all the hard work they've put in. Let's find out about our teams. If you have not seen our players before we came here today, University Park, and Gabby, tell us about University Park over there. It's an older school, but it's a great school, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was there recently for the Green Eggs and Ham Breakfast for Read Across America Day, and boy, it's the kind of school everybody would want to go to. Who's your principal?
Miss Davis.
Miss Davis, and she's here today, and Mr. Favero, your sponsor, is here, and I know you've got 4 alternates that are out there, and they're going to come in just a few moments as well. And I know you girls really prepared to get here today. You're all good friends. What do you like best about Science Bowl, Gabby?
It gives me a chance to learn new science facts, and I just love science, and so Science Bowl is a way to show that I love it.
And it shows. And I know you aspire to be a marine biologist and an actress, and got a lot of poise, and it's evident here today. And Margot, you got a lot of poise over there too. You're very confident. You have a lot of science knowledge. How do you know so much?
I've always been interested in science. I have bookshelves at home of science books, and I bug my mom. She's going back to school doing science-related stuff.
Yeah.
So I always bug her for definitions of different things and what she thinks about this. It's a great way to learn more.
And your mom's a good teacher too. Yes, indeed. And that natural curiosity, boy, that serves you well as a student and really all through life. Orla, you're headed to maybe the University of Pennsylvania, archaeology, veterinary science. They have a great veterinary school at Penn, in fact. And I know that's where your father went. And what do you like about this game?
I like the competition. I think I'm a competitive person in a lot of ways, and I think the competition is really fun.
And that's great. That's part of the American spirit. You know, we're always competing. We're always trying to, beat the Joneses next door and whatever it is. Playing a nice game. Perrywood, you have been at this point before. Perrywood has always been a strong competitor. You've been in the finals before, and this year, I know you can taste it. Isosa, can you taste it? I know you can. You're a great player. And I asked you how you know so much science, and you said, I don't know. You're just natural, because you are naturally curious as well. What is it about Perrywood that makes it a special place for you?
What probably makes it special is the extracurricular activities. You have chess club, you have Science Bowl, you have field day, you have so much stuff you can do there.
Yeah, and it's always good to have a lot of choices, because not everybody's going to like the same thing, and whatever your talents take you to. And what are some of the things you do? Obviously, you do Science Bowl. Are you involved in some other things?
I play soccer.
You play soccer. That's great. So you're a scholar athlete over there. And someday, where are you headed?
Programmer.
Sorry?
Programmer.
Very good. All right. Well, keep up your good work here today. And Jalen, nice to have you back on set. Tell us the Jalen story. What do you want to do someday?
I like to be an astronomer.
Astronomer. And I know I asked you this before. Do you have your own telescope?
Nope.
Nope. And we're still pushing for you, Jalen, Santa Claus, he forgot you this year, but maybe next year, maybe a birthday coming up. No, telescopes are great. And you can even go to the U.S. Naval Observatory downtown at on Massachusetts Avenue, and they have programs, and it's just a wonderful telescope down there. What do you do in your spare time?
I play soccer or basketball or just read about astronomy things with my dad.
That's great. Why'd you want to be here? Why do you like this show?
Because I just love science. I just love science all around.
Yeah, you're in the right place, playing a good game. Anissa, I know you love science too, and I know you like to read. And tell me what it is you want to do someday.
Well, I would like to be either a lawyer, a doctor, a violinist, a soccer player, and many other things I could name.
I have to ask you, I think you do some of those things already. You play the violin now, don't you?
Yes.
And you play soccer now?
Yes.
And somehow you still manage to get good grades and be here on Science Bowl. You're just Wonder Woman over there. You do it all. And multitasking is, again, part of the American spirit. We're trying to do it all and have it all. And you're a very poised young lady, and we're really happy to have you here. So good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's get back to the game. University Park 130, Perrywood 60. Lots of points to give away. Come on, everybody. This is it. Give it your best. Go Red.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Teams, if there is a sudden increase in the size of an animal population, the word to describe that is almost the same word as when a volcano comes to life. Perrywood.
Erupts.
An eruption, absolutely right, but it's spelled with an I instead of an E. Okay, Green, that's the way to start the second half. Go.
Dateline for 25.
Dateline for 25 points, teams. One of the biggest collections of preserved plants and animals in the world is in London. It belongs to a society named for this Swedish scientist who gave a scientific name to every plant and animal on Earth.
Linnaeus.
University Park.
Linnaeus.
You got it. Carolus Linnaeus. It's the Linnaean Society of London. Yes, indeed. Go Red.
Body Systems for 15.
Body Assistance for 15 points. Teams, if all you want for Christmas is your 2 front teeth, if you get them, you're going to have 8 of these kind of teeth. Perrywood.
Adult teeth.
More specifically.
Help
them out.
The teeth when you.
I need the specific name of the tooth.
Molars.
Not molars. Nope. University Park. If you get your 2 front teeth for Christmas, you're going to have 8 now of these.
Incisors.
Incisors. That's it. Yeah, your incisors. 4 up and 4 down. Go Red.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Teams, temperature, the definition of it, it is the average amount of this kind of energy of Perrywood.
Thermal energy.
Again?
Thermal energy.
Not thermal energy. Temperature is the average amount of this kind of energy of motion. University Park.
Kinetic.
Kinetic, that's it. Go Red.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor, please, if you would. This creature here is a bladderwort. It's a plant, but it eats animals, little ones, and sometimes it eats algae. So it's one of those oxymoronic things. Perrywood.
It's an omnivore.
Yeah, it's an omnivore. It's a vegetarian carnivore. Good. Green.
Potpourri for 25.
Potpourri, 25 points. Teams, there are a number of new video streaming apps out there, one of which is named for these African... University Park. What you got?
Vine.
Not Vine. Perrywood, one of these video streaming apps now is named for this African mongoose, the most famous of which was Timon.
Twitch?
A meerkat. A meerkat. Timon the meerkat from The Lion King. Go Green.
Get physical for 25.
Get physical for 25 points. Teams, I'll give you 25 points if you can give me the name of the 2 planets that are known as the small giants. Perrywood.
Jupiter and Saturn.
No. University Park, can you give me the names of the 2 planets that are known as the small giants?
Mars and Mercury.
Mars and Mercury.
Uranus and Neptune. Jupiter and Saturn are the regular giants. The next 2 in line, 3rd and 4th, are Uranus and Neptune. Go again, Green. You still have the advantage.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points is a visual question. Look back to the monitor, please. This red cabbage is not edible. It is just for show. So just like the cherry blossoms around the tidal basin that produce no fruit, this particular plant is known by what O initial term? University Park. What you got? Perrywood, what O initial term describes this plant that is merely decorative and has no value as food? An O initial term that means something that is decorative.
Ornaments.
You got it. It is an ornamental plant. Nice job. Pull that one out of the hat. Go, Green.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, natural love potions that we humans may or may not have, but animals do, are known as these P-initialed. Perrywood.
Pheromones.
Pheromones is right, yes. Hormonal type substances. Go.
Superate for 20.
Superate for 20 points. Teams, male African elephants every year go through a period called must, when they become very aggressive. Perrywood.
They get very aggressive and start fighting other males.
They do. University Park, let me finish it. They become aggressive, as Isosa said, because they have chemicals like these coursing through their blood vessels that are like testosterone.
Hormones.
Hormones, yes. They have a flow of hormones. Go.
Body systems 5.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, when President Obama paid tribute to Leonard Nimoy, who played Dr. Spock, he made note of these features, even though they're not quite as big as Dumbo's. They were pretty big. University Park.
Ears.
His ears, yes. And President Obama said that he had big ears, too. Go, Red.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, your question. The Sunday before Easter is dedicated to this University Park.
Palm Sunday.
Palm Sunday. Palm is the green thing. That's it. Go.
Potpourri for 15. No, yeah, potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, caverns like Luray Caverns and Carlsbad Caverns form in this kind of sedimentary rock. University Park.
Limestone.
Limestone, yeah, I was going to say sedimentary rock that sounds like a green fruit. Go.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, just like Ariel had a little crab and Pinocchio had a little cricket, Rapunzel had one of these. University Park.
A chameleon.
A chameleon named Pascal. That's right. Good. Go.
Another 5. Physical 5. Body systems to a physical for 20.
What you got?
Physical for 20.
Again?
Physical for 20.
Physical for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. When Neil deGrasse Tyson, who hosts the TV show Cosmos, was asked when he was your age what he wanted to do when he grew up, he gave them the name of this science that not only looks at the stars, but is worried about... Perrywood.
Astronomy.
Nope. University Park. He gave the name of this specialty that not only looked at the stars, but also the makeup, the physical makeup of the stars and the planets. He said, I want to be a what?
Astrologist.
An astrophysicist. Try again, Red.
Body systems 20.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, in the movie Big Hero 6, the robot, when he looked at the boy who had just fallen, he assessed his physical health and he said no broken bones, but raging hormones and mood. Perrywood.
Mood swings.
And?
Mood swings and
what was his diagnosis?
His diagnosis. Puberty.
That's what I want to hear. Good. Go, Green.
Potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, hand sanitizers don't increase the risk of breeding resistant bacteria if they contain this liquid that in some forms is intoxicating. Perrywood.
Ammonia.
Not ammonia. Good try. Hand sanitizers that contain this substance, which occasionally can be intoxicating, does not increase the risk of developing resistant bacteria.
Alcohol.
That's it. Good. Go. Red.
20. Get the 20 out of the way.
Dateline Science for 20.
Dateline Science for 20 points. Teams, recently on 60 Minutes, they did a whole show about lanthanum and cesium and neodymium, all rare earths found at the bottom of this chart. Perrywood.
The chart of hardness.
The what?
Hardness.
Not the chart of hardness, no. Rare earths like neodymium and cerium and lanthanum are found at the bottom of what chart?
The periodic table of elements.
That's it, the periodic table. 3 questions left. Where next?
Physical for 5.
Physical for 5 points. Teams, smelly socks may be history because now scientists are putting little slivers of this chemical with the symbol Ag that absorb odors.
Silver.
Silver, that's it. Where next?
Potpourri.
Potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, now that scientists have discovered that 90% of our DNA has nothing to do at all, They have given it a name that is synonymous with trash. It's not trash DNA. It's what DNA, Perrywood?
Garbage.
That's a good try. What's another word?
Rubbish.
Junk DNA. Last question, Dateline for 5 points. Our government is coming up with new rules for UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles. University Park.
Drones.
They would be drones. And University Park, you have done it. They are our champion. We'll be back with the wrap-up in just one moment. Don't you go away.
Going to school pregnant, riding the bus, that was hard. You just have all the stares and you have all the questions, and even little kids make you nervous just staring at you. When you get pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. Abortion, adoption, keeping him. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him. But when you're 15 and pregnant, you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption is what you need to do. I really have a simple dream. I just want to get my nursing career, get married, and have a family. When I get pregnant again, give them a better life. I'm Miranda, and I chose adoption.
Living near mountains, woodlands, and wild places is a dream come true for many, except during wildfire season. That's why people are working with their local planners to help ensure that wildfire protection is part of the planning process for communities near the beautiful and wild parts of our state. Learn more at planning.org. That's planning.org.
There's a lot of excitement in the studio right now as we come to the end of our season here, our 29th. We've got some tears, we've got some big grins out there, all because of a great competition here today. We're proud of everybody. Our final tally today is Perrywood 165, University Park 285. Congratulations, University Park. You continue to be the winningest school in Science Bowl history. Margot and Gabby and Orla, Miss Davis, their proud principal, Mr. Favero, wonderful coach. And look at all the alternates back there. Would you wave Emily and Sean and Abby and Riley? And Perrywood, these guys are tough over here, but it's never easy to lose when you get this far. It's like being in the Super Bowl. Nobody wants to come second, but we've got some talent over here. Anissa, great job here today. Isosa and Jalen, congratulations. Kamari, you are the best. And Miss Henson, thank you for all you did this year to bring this team to this point. It was just wonderful. And before we leave, I want to thank all of our interns who made this show possible. They're behind the scenes. That includes Selena and Saturn and Aleem and Andre and Jaya and Dominique. You guys are just magnificent. And our judges here today, Janine and Esther and Mark, couldn't have done this without you. Our thanks to Grant and also to Rodney behind the scenes, making sure everything looks right. And the only person more important, he is the most important person in this entire operation. That is the director of this show, my alter ego, Chuck Wolf, who makes everything happen. Without him, there wouldn't have been year one, let alone 29. Chuck, you are the best. You're the best too. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next season. Bye-bye.